Right now, live at 5.
Getting pulled in a boat.
Our recent flooding has challenged people in so many ways, damaging homes and businesses. But now, experts have a health warning for you, too.
Plus, we take you inside the courtroom where a key witness takes the stand in a Cloquet murder trial, shedding light into a possible motive for the crime.
But first,
a community in mourning, but also still with questions. I'm Jason Allen in Uvalde, Texas, where there is new information today about how the shooter got into this school and then how law enforcement responded to what was happening.
You're watching Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Briggs LaSavage. Kristen is off tonight. Grief hangs heavy over the community of Uvalde, Texas. Families there are struggling in the aftermath of the mass shooting of young children. Investigators say the gunman walked into the school unobstructed through an apparently unlocked door. And now police are facing questions about their response. Jason Allen is in Uvalde with the latest.
On the lawn of Robb Elementary School, rows of crosses mark each of the 21 lives lost. As the Uvalde community mourns, it is also questioning the police response to one of the deadliest school shootings in U.S. history.
They said they rushed in and all that. We didn't see that.
The director of the Texas Department of Public Safety said the 18-year-old shooter was inside the school for 40 minutes to an hour before a tactical team confronted and killed him. By then, 2 teachers and 19 children had been fatally shot, including Javier Cesaris' 10-year-old daughter.
I didn't see no preparedness at all. I mean, as soon as they heard that gunshot, they should have rushed in.
The siege ended when a U.S. Border Patrol team stormed the barricaded classroom.
The initial officers, they received gunfire. They don't make entry initially because of the gunfire they're receiving.
There is still constant activity here around the school 2 days later. People regularly showing up with flowers and cards, giving them to the patrol officers who are here, wanting to do something to show their concern about what happened. George Rodriguez clutched a picture of his grandson, Jose Flores. He had waited at the reunification center after the shooting, hoping for good news.
No, Jose, he didn't show up.
Dropping off flowers at the memorial, Rodriguez reflected on the loss of a happy-go-lucky 10-year-old.
It's happened too many times, and now it happens to us. It has to stop.
For too many in this tight-knit community, what should have been the start of summer vacation is instead the saddest week of their lives. Jason Allen, CBS News in Uvalde, Texas.
A law enforcement source told CBS News the shooter entered the school with 7 loaded magazines, which is 210 rounds of ammunition. He had another 15 magazines in his backpack. The source said it appears the gunman was preparing for a massive gun battle. Meanwhile, we're taking a look at gun laws in our area. In Minnesota, residents need a permit to purchase a handgun, but not shotguns or rifles. Gun owners can also buy a permit to open carry for handguns and long guns. Concealed permits can be issued to anyone who applies, and a person 18 and older can also buy an automatic weapon with a permit to purchase, but can't carry until they're 21. In Wisconsin, residents can get a handgun with a permit to purchase following a state background check. You must be at least 21 to conceal and carry. Residents in Wisconsin can also carry a handgun openly without a permit. There are no automatic weapon restrictions in Wisconsin. Tonight, a key witness took the stand in a Cloquet murder trial, shedding new light on a possible motive. Sheldon Thompson is charged with 3 counts of second-degree murder. The 35-year-old is accused of killing Jackie Defoe, her toddler Kevin, and unborn baby back in March of 2020. A grand jury also indicted Thompson on premeditated murder charges, which means if convicted, he could face up to life in prison. CBS 3's Quinn Gorham was in the courtroom for the 3rd day of testimony today. Quinn, what did you learn?
Well, Briggs, today's big focus was on specifically forensic examination and DNA testing of Thompson, Defoe, and her son Kevin. One new piece of evidence stuck out. Testing shows Thompson may have been the father of Defoe's unborn child. One forensic expert from the Minnesota BCA took the stand today, describing a DNA testing method used to determine the paternity of a fetus. Based on that testing, they determined the source of the unborn child's DNA could be excluded from more than 99.9% of the population. Thompson, however, could not be excluded as the source of that DNA. While the witness did not speculate on the meaning of those findings, those numbers seem to suggest with a high degree of certainty Thompson was likely the father. We also heard from the chief medical examiner who performed the autopsy of both Defoe and her son. She described and showed the court pictures of both blunt and sharp force trauma on Defoe's face, including multiple cuts to her neck. The examiner also described sharp force wounds on her hand, typically indicative of some sort of defensive struggle. The prosecution is expected to call at least 4 more witnesses before the defense calls theirs.
All right, thank you, Quinn, and we'll continue to bring you updates on this trial as it plays out. Meanwhile, a Duluth man involved in a standoff with police will spend 8 years behind bars. Jesse Peterson was sentenced on federal charges this week after pleading guilty to being a felon illegally possessing a gun. The standoff happened in October of 2020. Police tried to arrest the 40-year-old on a warrant at a home in Duluth. Peterson refused to come out of the house, though, or follow officers' directions, and eventually he fired a revolver in their direction. Eventually, police arrested him and no one was hurt. They also found drugs and cash on him. Starting today, Wisconsin families will be getting some relief when purchasing baby formula. Governor Tony Evers issued an executive order that bars price gouging of baby formula. This comes amid the nationwide formula shortage following a massive recall. This order means all formula sold in Wisconsin cannot be priced more than 15% higher than previous prices over the last 2 months. Evers' order goes into effect immediately. Recovery has begun for parts of the Northland as water levels around Duluth begin to return back to normal levels. Business and homeowners are starting to see the full extent of the damage left behind by the flooding. Many have reported flooded basements and damaged furniture, including on Hunter Lake, just outside of Duluth. Businesses like ServPro in Duluth have been receiving nonstop calls about that flood damage for weeks now. A big issue they want to warn people about is mold.
Many molds have toxins built into the spores. When that gets ingested in your body or you breathe those things in, they can have devastating effects.
Kevin Buck, who you just heard from there, owns ServPro. He says if the structure is not dried out properly, mold can set in within 72 hours. Buck also says one location many people don't think about mold forming in is behind your base trims. Coming up tonight at 6, we learn more about what homeowners can do if they've experienced flood damage and how to prevent mold development as well. Well, Peter Kevakowskis joins us for a quick look at the weather tonight. Peter, I'm glad those rain showers from yesterday and this morning are behind us now, it seems.
Yeah, the good news is that's also good news when it comes to the flooding situation out there. There is still a lot of concern, though, up to our north towards the Rainy River Basin. But no rain today and no rain here in the near decent in the quick-term future. But today's high temperature is definitely cooler than usual with those cloudy skies overhead. Temperatures today only climbing into the 50s for most places. But as we take a look off to our north and west, you can see those 60s up there towards Baudette, Bemidji, International Falls, as well as Big Fork. They all made it into the 60s. That's because they saw a little bit more sunshine out there. Here in the Twin Ports, we're still dealing with those clouds out there. 58 right now, mostly cloudy skies overhead from Duluth International. And winds out of the north and west between 5 and 10 miles per hour. You can still see that sunshine off to our north and west. It's slowly, gradually beginning to work its way into our neck of the woods. And we'll probably begin to see some clearing as we head through the overnight hours tonight. Satellite radar shows that same line of clearing basically from northwest St. Louis County, and that's where you begin to see the clouds to the south and east there. So here's how we're planning out your night tonight. Temperatures fall back into the 40s, but tomorrow looks gorgeous. Mostly sunny skies overhead. Temperatures making it into the lower 70s. Will that be the same way for the holiday weekend forecast? We'll take a closer look at it here coming up in just a few more minutes. Breaks.
All right, thank you, Peter. Still to come on Live at 5, the future of Range Regional Airports when they'll share their master plan with the community coming up in City by City.
CBS 3 News is brought to you by Ralph Eye Care Specialists.
It's Home's Memorial Day sale with a large selection of in-stock furniture on sale up to 30% off. Plus, get no money down, no minimum purchase, 6-year special financing, and free shipping during the Memorial Day sale only at Home Furniture.
Spring into summer with new windows and patio doors from Renewal by Andersen. Now until May 31st. Buy 4 windows and get the 5th one free. And receive $100 off each unit when you purchase 10 or more windows. Plus, pay nothing until 2024 with our no money down, no payments, and no interest financing option. That's like free windows for 2 years. Call before May 31st to book your free consultation and quote. Appointments are limited, so call today. Visit northlandrba.com for details.
Link RV is having a no BS sale. Every unit will be marked down $1,000 to $30,000. Prices are so low that we can't show them online. With the largest selection of inventory in northern Wisconsin, you're sure to find what you're looking for. Don't miss this 4-day event, May 27th through the 30th. No gimmicks, no BS, just great prices.
Duluth Pack is the oldest canvas and leather pack and bag maker in the United States of America. Nobody else can say that. We are the one. This year, in 2022, we are celebrating our 140th consecutive year in business. Duluth Pack, being a historic company, has been here a long time, and we are so excited for the next 140 years.
The United States Hockey Hall of Fame Museum invites you to attend our open house celebrating the beginning of our 50th year. Free admission to all Saturday, June 18th from 12 to 4. Come join us and celebrate the history of American hockey.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
During the Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets. Plus, get a free $300 home shopping card with free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee. The Tempur-Pedic Memorial Day sale at Home Sleep Express.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News live at 5. Here's a live look from Silver Bay tonight. A gloomy day today, but sunshine and warmth return tomorrow. Well, let's stick around for Memorial Day, though. Peter will be in with this week's full forecast in just a few minutes. But first, let's take a look around the region. Sidewalk repair work in Biwabik, and there is only a few days left to apply for an elk tag in Wisconsin. All of that and more as we take you around the Northland, city by city. We start in Hibbing tonight, where a date has been set for their final airport public information meeting. At this meeting, Range Regional Airport will share the results and findings from their master plan update. The meeting will be held on June 28th inside the passenger terminal. There will also be a virtual option, but you must pre-register for that. We'll have a link to the registration and to learn more about the master plan project at cbs3duluth.com. And next we head to Biwabik, where residents will see some closures tomorrow. MnDOT will be repairing sidewalk and concrete along Highway 135 Friday. This means that the sidewalks and shoulders will be closed to pedestrians. This work is expected to continue next week. Additionally, they are also monitoring the pavement conditions there, and that repairs there will come at a later date. And we wrap up in Wisconsin tonight, where the 2022 elk quota has been set and time is running out for hunters to apply for a license. The draw will happen in mid-June, but interested hunters need to have their name in by Tuesday. The quota this year will be 8 male elk, with 4 of those going to the Ojibwe tribe's harvest. 3 lottery tags will be drawn at random, and the remaining tag will be awarded through a raffle held by the Wisconsin chapter of the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. If there's something going on in your neighborhood that you think we should know about, send us an email, and it might be featured as we go around the Northland, city by city. Still to come on Live at 5, updates on the flooding in International Falls. Locals say it's some of the worst they've seen in years. See how they're navigating the high waters next.
Another cloudy and gloomy day for most, but we are tracking more sunshine. Will it stick around for the holiday weekend? A close look at your forecast coming up right after the break. I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
More Americans are growing their own vegetables than ever before. At Garden Mats, we're here to help people supplement their food supply with fresh, organic vegetables. Whether you are a beginner, novice, or master gardener, Garden Mats make gardening a breeze. Spend your summers trying to keep up with each other, not your weeds. Go to gardenmats.com and plan your garden today.
Dream it, build it, style it, accessorize it, and create your custom order for a Ford vehicle today. Plus, get an additional $1,500 bonus cash on top of all public offers. And incentive protection, guaranteeing you the best offer now or at delivery. For a limited time, get up to $1,500 retail order bonus cash on top of all public offers. And thank you for making Ford the best-selling brand in the Twin Cities region.
When it comes to your next home project, hit a grand slam with your home improvement company. Your home improvement company is Minnesota's MVP contractor. They're great about touching base throughout your project. They aced my window replacement job, and their service is so good you might get a little choked up. Your home improvement company is on deck and ready to step up to the plate. They're the clutch contractor in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a knuckleball. Hey, I'm just spitballing here.
We take you inside the courtroom where a key witness takes the stand in a cloquet murder trial, shedding light into a possible motive for the crime.
We talk to local experts about what you should do if you have flood damage.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Heritage Window and Door. And now, your WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Peter Kevitkauskas.
Well, cool, gloomy day across the region. 58 was a high at Duluth International. Definitely well below the average high of 67 degrees. And take a look at where that record high was just 3 years ago in 2018, 92 degrees. Definitely weren't anywhere close to that, but some places did make it to the 60s. Some even just shy of that 70-degree mark, where they saw more sunshine. You can see Baudette, they came in at 69 for today's high. 64 International Falls. Meanwhile, as you go from the Iron Range points south and east, you begin to see high temperatures only in the 50s. And that's where we sit right now, in the 50s right now at Duluth International. Still have those clouds overhead. Just couldn't shake them through the daytime hours today. Winds right now out of the north and west between 5 and 10 miles per hour. But the good news is we're beginning to slowly see that clearing. You can see all that sunshine right now off to our north and west. That will gradually begin to work its way into our neck of the woods as we head through the rest of the night tonight and through the overnight hours tonight. You can see basically that line of clouds right now is sets up basically the far northwestern portion of St. Louis County up towards the Iron Range, slowly, gradually clearing off to the south and east as we head through the overnight hours tonight. You can see that here on Futurecast. We get rid of the clouds as we head through the night tonight, and we'll wake up tomorrow morning. We're going to be waking up to mostly sunny skies overhead. And good news, Friday just looks downright gorgeous. If you have any plans to take you out and about, you can see that sunshine that sticks around all day for today on Friday. But unfortunately, short-lived. More clouds begin to fill in as we head towards Friday night into early Saturday morning. And waking up Saturday morning for the first part of your holiday weekend, probably waking up with some rain showers. The good news, however, is those rain showers work their way out of the region as we head towards Saturday afternoon. By Saturday evening, I think most of us are dry, and that trend kind of sticks around as we head through the holiday weekend here and there. We're just kind of dodging hit-or-miss rain showers as well as thunderstorms, so not a washout by any means, but you're probably going to want to carry an umbrella and be just close to shelter as you're getting ready to head out and about. For your forecast for tonight, temperatures tonight falling back into the 40s, even some upper 30s up towards the Iron Range as well as the international border, so a relatively cooler night. But the good news is we are beginning to get rid of those clouds as we head through the overnight hours tonight. Temperatures down in northwest Wisconsin, they too fall back into the upper 30s as well as the lower 40s. And here's your forecast for today tomorrow. As I mentioned, just a stunning forecast for today tomorrow. As you can see, wall-to-wall sunshine across the UP as well as northwest Wisconsin. Temperatures climbing into the 70s further inland. Still some 60s though closer to the lake. You'll notice that same trend across Minnesota. 64 down by the lake on Park Point. 60 even in Grand Marais. But the rest of us in the 70s with that abundant sunshine overhead. Those warmer temperatures now, they are sticking around here as we head through the rest of this week, basically. You can see for your Saturday, temperatures a little bit cooler thanks to those rain and showers and clouds in the morning. Temperatures only in the low to mid 60s, but then as we head towards Sunday, the 70s return. We too keep that shot of temperatures of the shower and thunderstorm threat for both Sunday as well as Monday. We finally begin to dry things out as we head towards Tuesday, and the temperatures begin to cool down as we head towards Wednesday as well as Thursday. So Briggs, not a washout by any means for your holiday weekend forecast, but as I mentioned, just going to want to have an umbrella handy as you get ready to head out and about for any festivities.
Yeah, and if you made that already long holiday weekend even longer by taking Friday off, man.
Then you are winning.
Yeah, you should place some bets maybe because you're winning. Absolutely. You said it perfectly. Thanks, Peter. Well, flooding in far northern Minnesota is still causing some major problems. Take a look.
Getting pulled in a boat.
Well, this video was taken by Lisa Oren as she tried to get home from work yesterday. Oren is a first-grade teacher in International Falls and lives on Rainy Lake with her husband, who is actually the one pulling her in that boat. She says the community has been busy sandbagging for several weeks now, but they could still see another foot of water to come. She says they've seen 3 floods in the 30 years they've lived at this home, but this, she says, is by far the worst.
I've never seen anything like this before. We had a flood in 2014, and that was bad, and we've already exceeded that. And so there's a lot of unknowns, and it's just really devastating.
Oren says the National Guard, the Red Cross, and a missionary crew have all come to help with the sandbagging efforts. She says they're praying for no more rain. Memorial Day is the unofficial start to the summer season, which means more folks will be out on the ATV trails. Officials want to warn riders, though, to be cautious. Last year, the Wisconsin DNR reported nearly 50 deaths from off-highway vehicle crashes across the state, several of those involving ATVs. One of the ATV fatalities happened in Bayfield County in October. For Minnesota, there was more than 24 ATV-related deaths last year, one of them happening in Crow Wing County. Outdoor enthusiasts like Pete Gassert of Duluth Lawn and Sport want to remind the public about state laws you should follow.
Anybody under 18 has to wear a helmet, whether they're the driver or a passenger, and whether it's in a traditional ATV or a side-by-side unit, they are required to wear helmets. And again, anybody under 16 has to have passed ATV safety training.
The DNR says one of the biggest reasons for ATV crashes is speeding and alcohol. Experts say you should always wear a helmet, follow the speed limits, and never drink alcohol while driving. It's that time of the show now where we get to talk about adoptable pets, and today's pet comes to us from Range Regional Animal Rescue in Hibbing. Dixie is a 1-year-old Dalmatian with lots of energy. She's independent and social for the most part. She'll do best in a single dog home with adults. If you're someone who's active and likes to be busy, Dixie will be a fantastic companion for you for many years to come. And I have to say, Dixie has been very popular in our newsroom today. Lots of Dalmatian lovers. If you'd like to set up an appointment to adopt Dixie, you can call the number on your screen. Still to come, traffic, gas prices, and parades. Oh my, Memorial Day is on its way. What you need to know to plan for the holiday weekend next.
Interstate Battery has the battery for your RV, ATV, and so much more. Power up your summer with a battery you can depend on. Visit us today at 426 John Avenue in Superior or at your nearest Interstate Batteries dealer. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Northwest Outlet is ready for summer. Are you? Our massive selection of summer North Face and Columbia fashions in stock in all sizes to 5X for men, women, and kids. Check out tees, capris, sweats, shorts, wind, rain, fleece jackets, and UPF and sun-rated clothing. Get darn tough and smart wool socks, rain gear, and rubber boots for the whole family, and that includes the kids. Get your truck decked out with ARE truck toppers, liners, and lids, and their complete line of truck accessories ready to go. Northwest Outlet, your summer fun headquarters in Superior. Remember, you can shop 24/7 online.
Hey neighbor, you switched to T-Mobile home internet yet? Trim your hedge. It's $50 a month with no price hikes. Bam! It runs on T-Mobile's wireless 5G network. So all you gotta do is plug in one cord.
T-Mobile 5G home internet. Just $50 a month. No price hikes, no hidden fees.
I did it. Ah! I switched to T-Mobile home internet and I am loving it.
Don't sneak up on me like that.
Why didn't you tell me to switch earlier?
Your personal information gets exposed so often, it might as well be hanging in a museum. Everyday activities like online shopping, banking, and even data breaches may expose your information and make it dangerously easy to have your identity stolen. No wonder there's a new victim every 3 seconds.
Someone stole my information and tried to buy a car in my name. Felt really devastating, frightened, because I had no control.
And the ways identity thieves can steal and use your information are constantly evolving.
Someone used my information to open up bank accounts in my name. It was terrifying, not knowing what was out there and what had been opened.
Watching your accounts or monitoring your credit may not be enough, but protecting your identity can be easy with LifeLock, a leader in identity theft protection. LifeLock monitors threats to your identity, and if an issue is detected, sends you an alert.
It was a big yes or a big no button. I clicked "That's not me," and LifeLock took it from there.
If you are a victim of identity theft, a dedicated U.S.-based restoration specialist will work to fix it.
If something happens, you have somebody fighting for you. I don't know what I would have done without my restoration specialist.
And you'll be covered by the LifeLock $1 Million Protection Package, including reimbursement for stolen funds, personal expenses, and coverage for lawyers and experts if needed.
With the $1 Million Protection Package, I know LifeLock has me covered.
It can be dangerously easy to steal your identity, but now it's easy to help protect yourself.
I realize identity theft can happen to anybody, so that's why I signed up for LifeLock.
Join the millions of people already protected by LifeLock, and for a limited time, save 25% with promo code 25TV. LifeLock. Identity theft protection starts here. Call 1-800-483-5529 or go to lifelock.com/25TV and use promo code 25TV to save 25% on your first year of identity theft protection. Enroll now.
Here's a live look at the Twin Ports interchange tonight. If you're packing up and hitting the road this Memorial Day, you'll want to be especially careful around construction zones like this one. MnDOT officials sharing that warning on one of the busiest travel weekends of the year. They expect this year could even be back to pre-pandemic travel levels. Authorities say you should always obey the speed limit and slow down in work zones. And a heads up to those in the West Duluth and Spirit Valley neighborhoods, traffic will be tight during the Memorial Day parade Monday. That starts at 12:30 at 59th Avenue West and Grand Avenue. A stretch of that road in the area will be closed. We have detour information on our website. And anyone in their cars this Memorial Day will be dealing with much higher gas prices than usual. Despite averaging around $4.21 a gallon in Minnesota and $4.34 a gallon in Wisconsin, the Midwest is still seeing some of the nation's lowest gas prices. They're slightly below the national average, which according to AAA is $4.60 a gallon. California leads the nation with average prices above $6.
Here's what we're working on from Uvalde, Texas. The new questions tonight after we learned the gunman was barricaded inside a classroom for about an hour before he was killed by police. The dramatic video of parents begging them to save their children. Plus, school security nationwide are looking to what's being done to protect America's children. And tonight, inside the classroom, we hear from a student who saw the massacre up close. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
CBS 3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Don't fall behind in your child's routine care. Schedule a well child check today. Same-day appointments are available. Visit EssentiaHealth.org.
Tired of your glasses fogging up or an uncomfortable dry feeling from your contact lenses? Let us clear your vision with refractive surgery. Our LASIK and PRK certified eye doctors are board certified ophthalmologists that provide exceptional eye care solutions. LASIK and PRK surgery can correct nearsightedness, farsightedness, and astigmatism with minimal discomfort and little downtime. Call now for your free LASIK or PRK consultation at Ralph Eye Care Specialist, the Northland's leader in all laser LASIK and PRK surgery.
Find the perfect lighting solution with 11% off everything at Menards. Add beauty and security to your home with our huge selection of over 1,000 outdoor lighting options. Light up your yard with Patriot Lighting solar lights. They're a perfect way to add convenient accent lighting anywhere you need. Right now, fully solar lights are just $199 after 11% rebate. Find your style with Patriot Lighting and 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Rental cars are in high demand, but now there's another option. Rent a Toyota RAV4 or Sienna from Cary Toyota in Superior. Current models fill the rental fleet at competitive pricing. Rent for a single day or save with a weekly rental rate. Enjoy the reliability of Toyota on your next road trip. Unlimited mileage is automatically included when you rent a Cary Toyota in Superior. That's right, unlimited miles. You don't have to buy a new car to drive a new car. Call Cary Toyota in Superior to reserve your rental vehicle today. Voted best car dealer 22 times.
Had a really great experience with the instructors. There's been times where I wanted to give up or drop out, but I have had instructors push me and make me realize that I can be successful if I just put my mind to it.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
I'm meteorologist Peter Kevikauskas. Wake up with us here on CBS 3.
Wake up with Natalie and Peter on CBS 3.
Welcome back to the CBS 3 News live at 5. Here's a live look from Canal Park on this Thursday evening. Let's take a look back at today's top story and see what's coming up at 6. Tonight at 5, we learned more about the events of Tuesday's mass school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Authorities now say the gunman was inside the school for an hour before being killed by law enforcement. We have learned the president and first lady will be visiting Uvalde on Sunday. And coming up tonight at 6, as much of northern Minnesota experiences some of the worst flooding seen in years, homeowners are being reminded about the dangers of mold in their house. Tonight we hear where you need to look for mold and what to do if it's already growing. Peter, it looks like the sun is trying its best to come out there tonight.
We're going to slowly get there. Maybe a little bit of sunshine just before the sunset tonight. But the good news is we'll shake any clouds to the overnight hours tonight. Temperatures tonight falling back into the 40s across much of Minnesota. Down northwest Wisconsin, maybe even a few upper 30s down there. But as I mentioned, the sunshine definitely does return to the forecast tomorrow, as well as those 70s, especially further away from the lake, closer to the lake. Still talking about mid and upper 60s there. You'll see the mid and upper 60s on the Minnesota side of things here as well. But even some mid to upper 70s the further inland you go. 7-day forecast shows we are tracking the potential for more showers and storms as we head towards Memorial Day weekend. Briggs?
Thanks, Peter. We'll see you back here at 6.